Hi everyone, welcome back to StartDevOps. My name is Mahabub. So in previous video we have discussed and I explained about what is Linux file structure, sorry, Linux architecture. Then we will understand Linux distribution. I mean different distributions are available. Which are those? And then we have learned the Linux, then we have learned Linux life cycle. So how Linux, when power on, what will happen and how it will come up and then how user going to use. So in this video, we are going to do some hands-on practices and some practical examples, and we will create a file folders. We will save files in that, and we will move that folder to one folder to another folder. Each and everything, how we are doing is in Windows system. Similarly, we will do here. In Windows, we use graphical user, but here we will use command line. So each and every step we have to give command, then only we can execute and we can run. So before we move to the topics, if you are new to my channel, please make sure subscribe my channel and share with your friends, and also join our Start DevOps community and connect me on LinkedIn. Let me share my screen. Yeah, before we are moving to the practical, we will understand the Linux principles. So what is Linux principles are? In Linux, everything is a file, including hardware. It's file. It's feel like a file, including hardware. It feels like a file, and it used for single-purpose programs. With the help of that single-purpose program, we can do a complex task, which means we have to combine together that single-purpose program to one to another. With the help of, we can do a complex task. Here, avoid captive user interface, which means there is no graphical user interface here. It is available, very less we use. Why? Because graphical user interface take times, but while we come to command line interface, it very easy and very simple and easy to install. Lightweight process it is. Configuration data will be stored in text files. What are the configuration is available? Everything will be stored in text based. Yeah, then here is why Linux. Why we want to use Linux apart from Windows and Mac OS? Why we are using Linux? It is a open source. Open source means people will feel free only, but it's not only in free, it is a open to everyone. The code is available for everyone. Suppose if anyone wants to make changes that code and they wants to build their particular OS, they can easily modify and do it. It is a open source, and also have a huge community. Suppose there are thousands lakhs of people working on it for upgradation and make it better and better and more heavily heavily customizable. Yeah, easily can understand. So it is used in heavily. Most servers run on Linux only. Yeah, so mostly servers, what are the servers are available, everything runs on Linux only. DevOps must most of the tools what we are learning here, DevOps, most of the tools, what are the tools are available, like Jenkins available, then Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, everything which is run only, it's built on Linux only. And also automation is easy in the Linux system. It is a very secure compared to another OSs. Linux is a very secure system. Now come to some important directories and directory structures. Here, Windows we call folders, but in Linux we call directories. Yeah. First, home directory. Home directories. However, we have a folders. Similarly, in Windows, yeah. Similarly, in Linux also have directories. We call directories. First, root directory. Things like root directory is nothing but he has every privilege, every permissions. Like similarly, think he is a king of that particular fort. After that, we have home directory like another users like me. If I log in that particular machine, I am the user, so that is my home directory. My home directory files, everything will be stored there. After that, we have a user executable file. Here, what are the user executable files like ls, mkdir, and ps? These are all uh, command, and every files will be stored here in this location. Slash bin slash user slash bin slash user location local is slash bin. This location will be user executable files will be write and store. And remaining sbin and user sbin and usr bin local sbin, here system executable files. Suppose yeah, one file which has to be backend is going to be running, that kind of files will be stored here. System executable files. Other mount media, suppose we connect any third party hard drive, these are all be stored here. Other points. Then configuration data and configuration files are be stored in /etc directory or a folder. And temp directory, here temporary files are, suppose we are downloading any files from internet, we store here in temp directory. Kernel and bootloader, so what are the bootable files or kernel files are available, these are all file be stores here. And server and data. Server, suppose we want to deploy an application, we want to run servers on that. Suppose Apache server is there, then Memcache is there, and also we have Jenkins server is there, as well as and Tomcat is there, and also many more servers are there. Every files will be stored in here server slash var slash srv. Here the files will be stored. System information and process information related files are be available. Sys prox sys slash sys s5s. And the share executable file, shareable files are available. Suppose you want to share the file to the another user, these are all the files will be stored here. Slash lib slash user slash lib slash user local lib. Yeah, these are all the important some important directory structures. This is the directory structure or a hierarchy. It is very important. So it will ask in interviews also. So where system is executable command where will be stored, and the configuration files where will be stored, and like this some questions will be asked. Yeah, now we will see some basics command to create files, delete files, where we are present in which directory we are working. Everything we will be seeing this. And now we will see in practical. Please uh, let me run my virtual machine. Git bash. I am using git bash here. Yeah, it takes some time. Please be with me. Yeah, I already created a virtual machine, on that I install this CentOS here. Suppose if you want to know, if you don't know how to install VirtualBox and how to run virtual machine, Linux virtual machine, if you don't know, please let me know. I will create a detailed video on that also. No worry. Let me move to that particular folder where I have installed the CentOS machine. Yeah, sorry, there is a capital C. Oh, search for. A moment, the file is missing. Let me check and cd. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. There I was giving only VM. So this kind of errors will be happen. Make sure make it clear and correct. Yeah, we are in this file, so we are going to up our machine. So where here we are going to use this command vagrant up. When we give this command and hit enter, the machine will be turned up and the machine is going to on. It take 1 or 2 minutes. The machine is getting up. It take 1 or 2 minutes. Your machine is up, so let me log in into the SSH. Yeah, now you can see here is the prompt has been changed. So there it was a dollar here, vagrant earth localhost, then we have a dollar. Now we are in the VM virtual machine, Linux virtual machine. So here we can check who am I or else uname. If you give this command and if you enter, it will show you what we are in Linux. Yeah. We will understand first where we are. So suppose if you are in Windows, how we will check so which directory we are in present. We will go to the that search bar and quickly there we will see about directory related path and everything where we can understand. So this particular location we are here. But in Linux, it's not like that. So everything it is a command line. So everything we have to give a command and we want to know. So suppose we want to know so which present directory we are working in. So here we have a command pwd. If you give command then hit enter, it will show the directory path. Here there is a slash root directory and home directory of root. Then we have a user home root directory. Then we have a user home directory. So I am here in user. He is a here user is a vagrant. The user I have fixed it here vagrant. Vagrant is a user. It's a home directory. We are in vagrant's home directory. Yeah. Now you can understand. So suppose we if you want to know the where we are in present working directory or where location we are in, we have to give this command pwd. Yeah, here like this. Let's create so how we will create create some folders and directories in Linux. So how we are creating folder directories in Windows, we will give a right click there, we will see a new folder, then there we will give a folder name. So there is a graphical everything will be. So in here we are not like that. So here is a command line, so we have to give a command to make directories or a files or a folders. So there is a command to create a directory. So mkdir space, we will give here Linux practices. First, mkdir is a command which is clearly tell the shell to the so create this folder with the name of Linux. Sorry, typographical mistake here. Yeah, Linux practices. If you give enter, it will be create a folder. Yeah. Now we want to check that folder. So suppose we want to see that particular folder, what we will do in Windows, what we will do. So we will give and give that particular name. It will come like this here also. Yeah, in particular folder we are creating that particular creating any folder. Within that folder we will give a ls command here, list out. It will be list out the all total folder which is available in particular folder. So now we have created the Linux practices folder or a directory. This folder is here like this. Let's we will move to that directory. So how we move to the that folder in Windows? We will double click, we will enter that particular folder or a file. So here we have to give a command cd and that file name Linux practices. Yeah, we are in that particular folder. Here there is nothing in that particular folder. It is a empty file folder. So if you see in, there is nothing is available in Windows also. If you haven't put any data, it is a empty folder, you will see blank. So similarly like this here. So yeah, we are in the Linux practice folder. Yeah, we will create some more folders in that mkdir, and here we will give a vpdir, and we will create some more mkdir test directory. Then we will create one more mkdir DevOps directory. Yeah, we have three directories here inside that particular directory. If you want to see the directories and list out the directories, we use this command ls list it. So here inside that Linux practices directory, we have three more directories. The directory colors is blue: DevOps directory, tester directory, and VP directory. Till that what we have learned, suppose if we want to in particular where we are in current location we want to find, so we use the pwd command. And suppose we want to create a folder, so what command we use here? Mkdir, then we give a that particular folder name. Suppose we want to see that, but we want to see what are available in that particular folder, we use ls command, list out. And if we want to move to that particular folder or move to the another folder, we use cd command to move to that particular folder. Cd command, then its name, that particular folder name, and we will move to there. Yeah, here we created three folders, then we have list out these three folders. Till that, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Let's we create some files here. To create a files, we use command touch and file name, file, file 3, file 4. We will hit enter, so that four files will be created. Let's see. Yeah, here file 2, file 3, file 4. We have created four files here and three directories. Yeah, till that, we will learn the mm, absolute path and relative path. What is absolute path and relative path? A absolute path is a unique location to a file or a folder in the file system of OS, which means I will explain here. So there is a absolute path or relative path. So we will let me move to the DevOps dir. Here we will check pwd present working directory. Yeah, here you can see the path of this particular directory, which is called absolute path slash home slash vagrant slash linux practices directory. Then we have a DevOps directory here. If you move to the another directory, we can give this path slash home slash vagrant slash linux practices slash DevOps directory. Sorry, there is a typographical error. Let me check. Yeah, sorry, we are in that particular folder only. So let's move to the another directory. We have test directory. Yes, text directory. Let me check. There is a typographical error here. cd slash home vagrant linux practice. Yeah, sorry, there was a typographical error. So because of that, we haven't moved. Let's be clear and correct while we are using this. These are all the things will be happen while we are learning. No issue about that. Okay. So this is the absolute part, which is starting from slash root directory, then your yeah, root home directory, then we have a user directory, user home directory, then we will know. This is the complete path, which is the absolute path. If you want to move to that another, we can easily move to the another way with the help of relative path, which is a short form of that particular path. Suppose we are in where we are present, where which directory we are in. We are in test directory here. Suppose I want to move to the come back and move to the another directory. Suppose cd into this. Let me check, is there anything? Yeah, there is nothing in this particular directory. Let's be back to the previous back to step. So here we want to go to back. We use that command cd dot dot. We will back here. Yeah, here we have some directories. If I want to move to the DevOps directory once again, so I don't need to give the complete path here. Yeah, I can easily cd then move to that particular DevOps directory. This is a relative path. Hope you understand. So Absolute path is nothing but which is a complete path from the starting till root user to till the directory. Relative path is nothing but if we know that particular file is available in that particular folder, there we can easily move. That is a relative path. Let's we will copy these files, file 1, file 2, file 3, sorry, file 2, file 3, file 4 into the DevOps directory. How we copy that files into in Windows system? We select that files and we use copy command, and they will move to the that particular folder. There we can paste. Here not like that. Here we use command. Everything is a command. So let we will see how it's going to be copy from one folder to another folder. CP is a command to copy folder to another folder. Which folder we are going to copy? We will copy the DevOps folder into a test directory folder, or else we will copy the test directory folder into a DevOps folder. Test directory folder into a DevOps folder. TES. First there is a, yeah, sorry, nothing is available in this folder. Let's back to the previous folder. Yeah, here we have a data. There is no data. How we can copy in that particular field? Let's we will understand here. So we want to copy, yeah, copy CP command, then the folder name, then the location name into a DevOps directory. Sorry, there is a typographical test directory to DevOps. Let me see, there is some error here. Let me check that and we will fix it. Let me clear the screen. Yeah, yeah, we will ls. Yeah, let first we copy files. Copy CP file to slash DevOps dir. Yeah, sorry, there was a typographical error. Here we have copied the file to into the DevOps directory. So here our file is already, file 2 also is here, and let we check the file 2 is available in the DevOps directory or not. ls dash DevOps directory. Yeah, there is a file 2 here. You can see file 2 is available. We will understand how to copy the directories into another directory. We will write some data or a text into the one directory, then we will move to that data and text into that directory. Okay, from one directory to another directory. Yeah, here we are using cp copy command, then we will use -r vfp, which is recursively forcefully copying folder to test directory to DevOps directory. Unless we will check in DevOps directory. DevOps D. Yeah, here test directory is available. We have copied, recursively copied, forcefully copied the directory into a DevOps directory. Yeah, we will see how to move that particular folder into one location to another location. Okay, first we give a command mv, then the folder name test test dir directory, then we will get destination DevOps dir. Yes. Yeah, you can see there is no directory here which is called test directory, that has replaced or shifted the location into DevOps. We move from one location, which is moving. Move is nothing but the creating a directory in another name, DevOps directory and DevOps directory. CD into. We move to the DevOps directory. We will check is there any data available or not. Yeah, the data is available. Here we have two DevOps directories. How we know so that particular directory? We delete one directory. We will store. Let's create another directory. We will store some data in that, and then we will move to the directory into DevOps directory. Okay. So make new directory mkdir. Our directory name is first directory. Let's move to the directory here. CD first directory. Check is there any data? Yeah, there is no data. We create some files. Touch file 1, file 2, file 3. Hit enter. Let's restart. Yeah, there is file 3 files are created. Let's move back to the previous directory. ls. Yeah, here we have 3 directories. in, yeah, two directories in DevOps directory. Let's we go back into another step, which is a Linux practice directory. Yeah, we are in Linux practice directory. Here we will see DevOps directories. We have two directories. Yeah, let's we move the directory into a test directory, or else we move first directory in DevOps directory into test directory. Okay, yeah. Here there is no test directory here. Let's we move the DevOps directory into first directory. Okay, mv command, then DevOps directory, here directory path, DevOps directory, first directory. Let me see, some error is coming. We will check that and fix that error. Yeah, we are in Linux practice directory. We have two directories here. Before I was deleted, there was confusing with the two name of DevOps and, yeah, DevOps directory and DevOps directory. So let's we will move this directory into that particular directory. Okay, yeah. So VP directory into, or else dev directory into to DevOps directory we will move. Okay, mv command, then we have dev directory, DevOps directory to DevOps directory. Yeah, here we can see. So there is, we have moved that particular directory to this location, this directory, or we have changed that particular name to another name. Both commands are same to changing the particular directory to another directory, or else we are changing the name. Till that, if you have any doubts, please let me know in comment. I will make sure clear your doubts. So if you like this video, make sure subscribe and share with your friends, as well as connect with me on LinkedIn. And also give me feedback if I have done any errors. I will upgrade that and I will send it to my audience, which is very important for my audience to give a good quality knowledge to them. Till that, thank you. Have a great day. So now upcoming commands and everything we will see in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.